Manipulation almost never looks evil in the beginning. It doesn't walk into your life wearing a villain's face. It usually arrives as attention, as charm, as care, as someone who understands you better than anyone else. That's what makes it dangerous. By the time most people realize they're being manipulated, they're already emotionally involved, already attached, already doubting themselves. And that is the brutal truth. Real manipulators don't control you by force. They control you by slowly changing how you think, how you feel, and eventually, how you trust your own mind. So today, we're exposing 5 signs someone is secretly manipulating you. And trust me, the 5th sign is the one that destroys people the longest because it doesn't feel like manipulation at all. It feels like love. The first sign is this: you constantly feel confused after talking to them. That's not random. That's psychological fog. One day, they're warm. The next day, they're cold. One moment, they praise you. The next moment, they subtly criticize you. They say something hurtful, then act like you misunderstood. They promise one thing, then behave another way. And slowly, your brain starts doing dangerous work, replaying conversations, analyzing tone, questioning your memory, wondering if you're overreacting. This is one of the oldest manipulation patterns in human behavior. Create emotional inconsistency, then let the other person exhaust themselves trying to find clarity. Because confused people are easier to control. They stop trusting their instincts. They start chasing explanations. And the moment you start chasing explanations from the same person causing the confusion, the trap is already closing. Be honest. Have you ever left a conversation feeling like you were the problem, even though something felt deeply off? Comment, confused. The second sign is they make you feel guilty for having boundaries. This one is dark. Because healthy people may dislike your boundary, but manipulators take it personally. The moment you say no, the moment you ask for space, the moment you question their behavior, they suddenly become hurt, offended, distant, dramatic, or emotionally wounded. Why? Because your boundary threatens their access, and access is what they're protecting. So instead of respecting your line, they make your line feel cruel. They say things like, "Wow, I didn't expect this from you," or "You've changed," or "After everything I've done for you." Notice the pattern? They don't respond to your boundary with maturity. They punish it emotionally. That's how manipulation works. It trains you to associate self-respect with guilt, until eventually you stop protecting yourself just to keep the peace. The third sign is they always shift the focus back onto your reaction instead of their behavior. This is where many people get trapped for years. They disrespect you, cross a line, lie, disappear, twist something, create tension. And when you finally react, suddenly the entire conversation becomes about how you reacted, not what they did, not the pattern, not the betrayal, just your tone, your anger, your attitude. This is psychological redirection. And it's brilliant when you don't know what you're looking at, because now, instead of holding them accountable, you start defending your emotional response. You start apologizing for being upset. You start explaining why you reacted the way you did. And just like that, the original issue vanishes. That's not conflict resolution. That's control through distraction. If someone can make you forget what they did by making you feel guilty for how you reacted, they're not confused. They're trained. The fourth sign is they create dependency before they create stability. This is one of the most dangerous manipulation tactics because it often feels amazing at first. They move fast. They give intense attention. They make you feel special, chosen, seen. They become emotionally important before they become emotionally consistent. And that is the setup. Because once you get used to their presence, their validation, their energy, their approval, they begin changing the pattern. Now the warmth becomes inconsistent. Now the replies slow down. Now the affection becomes conditional. Now the distance appears. And suddenly, you find yourself working harder for the same energy they gave freely in the beginning. That's not romance. That's conditioning. They create emotional addiction first, then start controlling the supply. And this is where people lose months, sometimes years, trying to get back the version of someone who may never have been real in the first place. The fifth sign, the darkest one of all, is you slowly stop trusting yourself around them. This is the final stage, the most dangerous stage, because by now, the manipulation is no longer just happening in conversations. It's happening inside your own mind. You second-guess your instincts. You downplay your pain. You question your memory. You ask other people if you're overthinking. You start needing reassurance for things you used to know clearly. And this is where manipulation becomes devastating, because the real goal was never just to influence your decisions. The real goal was to weaken your inner certainty. Once that happens, they don't need to control every situation anymore. Your self-doubt starts doing the work for them. That is why some of the smartest, kindest, strongest people still get manipulated. Not because they are weak, but because manipulation attacks clarity before it attacks control. Now here's the brutal part most people don't want to hear. Manipulation often works best on good people, on empathetic people, on patient people, on loyal people, on people who always try to understand both sides. Because manipulators know something most victims don't. If they can keep you emotionally busy, morally conflicted, and mentally confused, you will stay longer than you should. You'll keep giving chances. You'll keep explaining their behavior for them. You'll keep hoping the version you saw in the beginning is the real one. But sometimes, the beginning was the performance. And that realization is one of the most painful psychological truths a person can face. If you've ever ignored your gut because you wanted the connection to be real, comment facts. That one pattern has destroyed more peace than people realize. So what do? First, stop chasing clarity from the source of the confusion. That alone changes everything. Second, watch patterns, not promises. Third, notice how your nervous system feels around them. Do you feel calm or constantly on edge? Do you feel respected or constantly guilty? Do you feel safe or always mentally working? Because your body often recognizes manipulation before your mind is ready to admit it. And once you stop judging yourself for noticing the signs, your power starts returning, fast. Because the strongest defense against manipulation is not aggression, it's clarity. The moment you can name the pattern starts losing power over you. So remember this, manipulation is not always loud, obvious, or cruel on the surface. Sometimes it sounds caring, sometimes it looks patient, sometimes it feels like chemistry. But if someone leaves you confused, guilty for boundaries, distracted from their behavior, emotionally dependent, and slowly disconnected from your own inner voice, you are not in a healthy connection. You are in a psychological system designed to keep you unstable, and unstable people are easier to control. So now I want the truth. Which of these 5 signs have you experienced the most? Confusion, guilt, redirection, dependency, or self-doubt? Drop the number in the comments. And if this video opened your eyes, subscribe right now. Because the next video is about the silent phrases manipulators use to make you feel guilty, weak, and emotionally trapped. And once you hear them, you'll never listen to love the same way again. Miss that one, and you may keep calling it connection, while someone else keeps calling it control.